Back to Resident Evil Village. I thought that I would read the 80-page Baker incident report for you guys. I know it's probably dumb to do, but I thought it was something cool. I thought I could read it for you guys. I was gonna make it a video, but I want to, provide analysis and all that other things, and I can only make a video up to an hour, and I don't think I could fit it all in exactly 1 hour. So, I thought I'd stream it for you guys. I thought that was the best way to go about doing this. So here we go. The Baker Incident Report. This report depicts my investigation into the events after the incident at the Baker's residence. The Baker Incident in July 2017. A number of people lost their lives at the residence in the middle of the American countryside. It was a truly horrifying tragedy. I still don't know the exact number of victims. So, I guess we will never figure out how many people that they killed. Two survivors, husband and wife, Ethan and Mia Winters, were able to shed some light on the events, which would have shook the world, but there was a cover-up and the Winterses vanished. I guarantee we'll be getting into that in the report. There was someone or something powerful acting behind the scenes, I just know it. I decided to investigate to follow the breadcrumbs of what happened after. How can I be so sure? Because I'm someone who was there. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I wonder who this is then. First of all, how was the incident reported upon its discovery by the world? Let's take a look at some newspaper clippings from that time to see how the news was manipulated. Number 1, discovery of the incident. Local newspaper, the Dolby Daily, July 22, 2017. Family of 4 found dead in Dolby. Dolby County Sheriff's Office had reported that the Baker family were found dead in their home in North Dolby on the 21st July. Okay, the surrounding details are currently unknown apart from the deaths of Jack Baker, his wife Marguerite, their son Lucas, and daughter Zoe. Now, if you guys remember, Zoe wasn't dead. Zoe was in contact with us that whole time. So I'm wondering if maybe they didn't have all the facts, or I'm not sure. Deputy Sheriff Dave Anderson has also been missing since the 19th. Okay, you remember that was the guy that Jack Baker took the shovel and he split his face in half with it? According to Deputy Sheriff Riley Whiteford, who visited the Baker's residence around the time of his disappearance. Sorry, guys. Social media post, July 22nd, 2017. I added in, that thing with the dead family, wasn't that where the giant black monster was? You think they were eaten by that thing? No way, it's not some cheesy horror movie. Old man Jack did say some crazy stuff. I remember him getting into a lot of fights. Yeah, Jack and his brother did seem like fighters, not gonna lie. Well, Joe at least. Jack probably got his ass whooped a lot. I don't know. Joe said he whooped his ass a lot, so who knows? Maybe he won some, lost some. He probably killed the whole family and offed himself. No. Transcript of a complaint to the county sheriff's office. I don't believe it. It's been 2 days already, but you haven't reported anything else? Was it murder, an accident, suicide? And what's with the National Guard sealing the place off? What are you y'all hiding? What? Okay, that doesn't make... what are you y'all? What are y'all? Okay. Bad English right there, I guess. Very little was reported shortly after the Baker incident was discovered, leading to rapid spread of rumors and speculation. Yep, that sounds accurate. The Bakers were completely isolated from the rest of the community, and sealing off the entire area around their homes set things in motion. Now, that is correct. If you guys remember, when we went to the house, it was pretty much in the middle of nowhere. I recall there sure was a lot of public pressure on the press for information. I admit that at the time I was being held in quarantine by a certain organization and couldn't see any of the news for myself. They finally allowed me to watch TV a few days after, and I was flabbergasted by the stark difference between the reports and reality. Now, who could that organization be? Could that be Chris's Wolf Squad? Could that be Blue Umbrella? Could that be Sorry. Could that be BSAA, or could it be what was it? The organization Lucas was working for, the criminal organization. 2, the cover-up. Alright. Here we go. We're getting into the cover-up. Local newspaper, the Dolby Daily, July 30, 2017. Sheriff's office say Baker family killed by natural gas. That is incorrect. In a follow-up on the deaths of the Baker family on July 21st, the Dolby County Sheriff's Office stated it is highly likely that their deaths were caused by a hydrogen sulfide leak. Now, we know, I played Resident Evil 7 on the channel before this game. We know that there was no gas. It was a mold. It was Evelyn, and it was a bioweapon. The local area is surrounded by wetlands, which combined with a concentration of pollution could have led to the buildup of toxic gas that claimed the lives of the Baker family. The leak has been blocked, however, the authorities have sealed off the area in order to prevent any further accidents. Now, I guarantee they're covering up, because if they came out and said it was a bioweapon, people would go insane. They would freak out. There would be mass panic, and they don't want that, so they're gonna lie and say, well, this happened. The victims included were deceased Jack Baker, Marguerite Baker, Lucas Baker, Zoe Baker, Dave Anderson, Clancy Jarvis, Andre Strickland, and Peter Walken. Now, Clancy, Andre, and Peter were a part of that TV show, if you guys remember. When we got the derelict house footage tape, them guys injured Ethan Winters, Mia Winters. Social media post. Sorry, guys. July 30, 2017. Toxic hydrogen sulfide gas. They're kidding, right? I heard there were soldiers, tanks, helicopters, the whole shebang when it happened. The government... the government's up to something for sure. And here come the conspiracy theorists. A bunch of nut jobs like you came out of the woodwork during the Raccoon City incident too. So yeah. I think change of weather's got me congested. Well, I don't know, maybe allergies or something. But there was the black monster and that satellite photo of the shipwreck. You have to admit something's fishy. Magazine inspector. An interview with Sally Baldwin, professor of geological sciences at Minden University. Interviewer. So you don't agree with the report from the sheriff's office that it was a natural gas leak? Baldwin. We can't rule it out completely, but it's very unusual, all things considered. Hydrogen sulfide builds up in areas where there is a lot of volcanic activity. The town of Dolby, however, has no volcanic activity anywhere in the area. My own geological survey in 1998 revealed absolutely no hydrogen sulfide in the area. Ooh, they messed up there. A tragic natural gas leak. That was the official stance on the Baker incident. But this is a complete fabrication. Nothing about the murders in that house. Nothing about the terrifying monsters that stalked the halls and lived within its walls. It's evident that someone was keeping the truth hidden. The thing that surprised me the most was the fact that my name was on the list of victims. The organization still had me in quarantine. Ooh, that's not good. I was terrified the whole thing would come to an end, with me actually being among the deceased. Yeah, they could kill you. Thankfully, it was a needless fear, but they didn't. The organization gave me a new identity and let me go. Yeah, of course. I guess they figured I was harmless and didn't know anything else. I was allowed to live as a new person, apparently for my own safety. I tried to contact the other two survivors, Ethan and Mia. Oh my god. They saved my life after all. I wanted to at least thank them. But they completely disappeared. It's Zoe. It's Zoe. This is Zoe. It has to be. It has to be Zoe. I know the organization knows what. It's Zoe. It's Zoe because she never died and her name was on the victim list. This is Zoe. I know the organization knows who they are, so I decided to investigate the BSAA. BSAA, Bioterrorism Security Assessment Alliance. A counter-bioterrorism organization sanctioned, I can't talk right now, by the United Nations. It was formed to combat the rise in bioterrorism after the collapse of Umbrella Pharmaceuticals. They have combated terrorism across the world, including China and Europe. China, Resident Evil 6, Europe, Europe is here right now, that I know of. And they are highly regarded as bioterrorist police. The BSAA finally intervened in the Baker incident and were the ones that saved Ethan, Mia, and I. Thanks to my detainment in their facility, I have a pretty good idea of who their members are. I was very, very persuasive, but I came to asking them about the organization and top secret documents. The topic I was most interested in was, of course, the Baker incident. I wanted to know the truth the BSAA was hiding. 3. The hidden truth. Magazine Inspector. Secret meeting between the sheriff and international organization. One of our reporters has unearthed evidence that a secret meeting happened between Dolby's Sheriff Coleridge and an international organization known as the Bioterrorism Security Assessment Alliance, BSAA. Many have voiced their concerns about the legitimacy of the sheriff's office statement that the incident at the Baker estate was caused by a toxic gas leak. Ow, I just bit my... Inspector suspects there might be more to the story and the sheriff's office and BSAA are covering something up. Hold on. It's early morning, guys. I got phlegm and we reached out to the sheriff's office, but they refused to give a statement. Edgar McClintock. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, this is from their investigation. BSAA Investigations Department. Final report on the Baker incident. The following details. The investigation into the biological disaster in Dolby, Louisiana, also known as the Baker incident. This document is for employees with Class B clearance and above. We have concluded that the Baker incident was caused by accidental contamination from a prototype bioweapon known as Evelyn. The residents of the Baker household were contaminated by a mold-like pathogen, mutamycete. Evelyn was capable of rapidly producing this mold, and it enables her to control those infected both mentally and physically. The Baker family were not the only victims. Evelyn manipulated the Bakers into kidnapping dozens of people. These victims were infected and mutated into monstrous creatures called molded. Evelyn was originally created in a Munich research facility by the International Crime Syndicate, The Connections. Yes, that is the one that Lucas was working with. BSAA dispatched a team to destroy Evelyn. The mission, however, was not successful and Evelyn escaped. Evelyn was then transferred to America by the Connections via ship along with her caretaker, Mia Winters. However, Evelyn managed to escape during transport. She murdered most of the ship's crew and destroyed the ship. We believe she then abandoned the vessel that had washed up in the bayou near the Baker residence. The aforementioned operation to eliminate Evelyn was BSAA's failing. We cannot deny that, as it resulted in Evelyn infecting innocent civilians. BSAA will have to take responsibility should these events ever come to light. As such, we advise that a cover story is fed to the media and BSAA's involvement is kept quiet. End of report. Yep, of course. Cover up. E-Series E-Series Metamycete Analysis Report. Biological analysis report on the E-Series Metamycete, henceforth referred to as a metamycete, recovered from the Baker residence. The metamycete has similar characteristics to Cladosporium, black mold, and has incredibly high reproductive properties. It acts like a parasite, infecting the cells and rewriting the DNA of its host. Furthermore, when it combines with other bacteria, it creates its own muscle tissue, brain, and nervous system. Oh, that's interesting. As such, an organism infected with the metamycete transforms into a type of undead monster. End of report. Bioweapon. Bioweapon report file. A human biological weapon constructed through the implantation of metamycete into a human embryo. Has the ability to infect with a fungal network and control hosts through brain wave signal. Evelyn was driven by a natural instinct to create a family, and the infected victims she controlled were her surrogate family. However, due to an innate defect in her chromosomes, Evelyn's cells reproduced at an accelerated rate, causing her to age rapidly, then die. End of report. Alright, we're halfway through. The Connections report. The Connections is a crime syndicate with no base of operations. The original structure is unknown. However, we are aware of their actions on a global level. In recent years, they have been particularly active in Eastern Europe. Most of their activities appear to revolve around the creation and selling of bioweapons. Evelyn was one of their products. Reliable sources have confirmed that the criminal organization was founded by Brandon Bailey. Bailey is a shrewd man and was once the right-hand man of Oswald E. Spencer. Yes, that is correct. Yes. You know what? Have we heard the name Brandon Bailey? I feel like I've heard that name. I feel like I've heard that name before, and I feel like I heard it linked to Spencer. I don't I will have to double check that. I feel like I've heard that before. CEO and president of the Umbrella Corporation, his current status and location unknown. Bailey and Spencer became estranged due to differing visions, rather. And Bailey used the connections he made working as the director of the Umbrella Africa Research Center to branch off and found the crime syndicate. Oh! It's that Resident... I'm trying to remember Resident Evil 5. I believe I remember hearing the name Brandon Bailey in Resident Evil 5. The organization's main goal appears to simply be commercial gain. Further investigations are in progress. End of report. According to BSA's top secret documents, the Baker incident, as I know it, was just another statistical blip to be recorded. That fateful night when the tanker washed up in the bayou, Jack took that little girl from the shipwreck and into our home, and then she turned everyone crazy, made us into monsters. BSAA knew this when they manipulated the media and covered the whole thing up. An easy thing to do for an organization with direct backing from the United Nations. They couldn't let anyone know it was them who let Evelyn, the cause of all this, escape. Yeah, that would look very bad on them, and they would lose any support they have from anyone who really knows about them. Who backs them, at least. I continued to investigate and finally caught wind of Ethan and Mia's location. Where the Winters are. Well, that's for BSAA Investigations Department transcript of interviews with Ethan Winters. Audio begins. Shall we begin then? Please state your name and occupation. Ethan Winters. I'm a systems engineer. How many times do we have to go? How many times do we have to do this? When are you going to let us go? Our interviews until now have been necessary to conclude if you had any ulterior motives. Now we understand that you were just an innocent victim in this whole incident. So, you're going to let us go? Yes, but we have one condition. What's that? We would like you and your wife to remain under our supervision. In exchange, we will provide you with a new home, a new country. Yes, and that is how we get to Resident Evil Village, if you guys remember in the beginning. What are you saying? You want us to take on new identities? Wait, a new country? You want us to move to another country? Yes, in Europe. To a lovely country in Eastern Europe, to be precise. Europe? You gotta be kidding. Why the hell would we? You gotta be kidding. I thought it was you, but okay. You and both witnesses. You are both witnesses to what happened. There is a certain criminal organization who is looking for you. Yes, the connection. We are doing this for your protection. Think of it more like witness protection. But all the way to Europe without any say? You can forget everything you experienced here, start a new life. It's better for both of you that way. There's no way we can forget everything that happened. I want to talk to Mia about this. Let me talk to Mia. Audio ends. BSAA Investigations Department transcript of interviews with Mia Winters. Audio begins. According to our examinations, you are mostly free of the mold now. Mia, did you tell him about my past? No, as a sign of appreciation for your cooperation, BSAA has not divulged your involvement with the connections. See, that's what she was hiding from Ethan. In that video when she said she lied to him. You know, when she was going on that babysitting thing, that's not really what she was doing. She was babysitting, alright. But not your typical babysitting. I just want to return to a normal life with Ethan. To forget everything. Audio ends. Ethan and me are in Europe. I was ecstatic that I finally had a clue into their whereabouts. However, wait a minute! Oh my god, wait a minute. Oh my god. You guys remember, in the end credits, there was somebody walking up to the car that Rose got into with that agent. What if that's Zoe? What if Zoe comes back at 9? Oh my god. Oh my god, it's all coming together. If this is correct, it's all coming together. If it makes it kind of makes sense. That was where my investigation hit a brick wall. BSAA security is tight, and even with some acquaintances helping me out, no one knew the Winters' exact location, which makes sense when you consider an international crime syndicate is after them. 3 years passed and no progress. I ended up working as a rookie reporter for a small newspaper in New Orleans. The Baker incident has all but vanished from people's minds. How do you forget something like that, honestly? Then one day a letter arrived at my tiny apartment. It was from none other than Mia Winters herself. Mia's letter: "Hey, how are you doing? It's been a while, hasn't it? BSAA won't let us send any emails or letters, but I gave this directly to an employee. They give to you, so it should be safe. Our location is still hidden. I've always wanted to tell you how thankful I am. Heath and I would have died in that house if it hadn't been for you. It must have been hard to fight all alone for so long, so thank you. I can't tell you where we are, but we're safe and happy. I feel like we finally settled down into our new life. The house BSAA gave us is huge. I don't know what to do with it all." Oh, that reminds me. There's a reason I wanted to write you. Ethan and I had a baby. I included a picture of her with this letter. I warn you, she is so cute. Oh, that's the baby. What a buttercake. Happy half. Really happy half birthday. We named her Rosemary. Isn't it such a wonderful name? I hope you can come and see her someday. Ethan wants to see you too. I've learned all kinds of local dishes. I'm sure you'll like them. No need to reply. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Take care of yourself, okay? Sincerely, Mia Winters. A letter from me and Ethan out of nowhere. And they have a daughter. I had almost given up finding them. I couldn't hold back the tears. I'm glad to do 3 of them are happy in their new life. Just as I went to close the mailbox, I spotted another envelope. Damn. It was embossed with... It was embossed with the BSAA logo. This unknown. It contained the following: BSAA HQ warning letter to Chris Whitfield. Chris, we are growing concerned with your recent activity. According to recent reports, you have taken personal control of the elite unit Hound Wolf Squad without permission, and you have accessed a number of top secret documents also without permission. What the hell are you doing? He's taking shit into his own hands, because obviously y'all ain't doing shit. What are you and your squad doing in Eastern Europe? Who the fuck is this Miranda that keeps popping up in your correspondences? See, you have no idea what's going on. He does. Let's put the investigation into the Winters family. You've been very critical of BSAA since the Baker incident. You might be one of the founding original 11, but I cannot let you continue to run around unchecked. So I will repeat myself. What the hell are you doing? BSAA HQ investigations. There was one thing scribbled on the back of this. It's not over. This is everything I have on the Baker incident. It's purely for my own reference. I don't intend to send it out to the general public. I will continue my investigation. Many have tried to get in my way, slow me down, but I'm doing this for my family. I won't give up. I know that someday I'll be able to give Ethan and Mia my thanks directly. At least, I pray I can. Well... Yes, I told you it was Zoe, yes! My name is Zoe Baker, a survivor of this tragedy. The Baker Incident Report end. Now, I can... This makes me want 9 even sooner. I cannot wait. All of our questions will be answered in 9. 9 is the end of this storyline. Starts with 7, ends with 9. I cannot wait. I cannot wait, guys. I cannot. I want it now, but they haven't even finished it. It's probably going to be another 3 years before we get 9, but this makes things interesting because Ethan did die in 8. He was in fact part of the mold. Jack did kill him. That thing with Evelyn, that was all real. It wasn't a dream. Like, he's really molded, and like all that was true. When I first played it, like, I thought it was maybe a dream, but no, it's all true. He's dead. He's done. And I'm thinking, that, I'm sorry. So I keep muting my mic so you guys don't hear me die. I'm thinking Resident Evil 9 next 3 years from now, and Rosemary looked like she was a teenager or a young adult. What if she has the fast aging properties that Evelyn did? So it's not really years into the future, but she's aging rapidly as well. Because Heisenberg kept saying that she had great power. If you guys remember. There was a couple other things I was gonna say, I don't remember. Oh yeah. The BSA thing. When, you're playing it. When you're playing as Chris, and he finds out that the BSAA sent bioweapons. I'm thinking that that's gotta be DLC in the future. Like, we finally get answers to that. Maybe in the next couple months with DLC. Playing as Chris again. So many questions I have that I'm sure we all have that will more than likely get answered in 9. I feel like we're getting into pre-Umbrella Corporation shit now. This feels like a second prequel almost. Like, Resident Evil 0 was a prequel to all, like, it had all the shit that happened before the Mansion incident. So this feels like another prequel because this is pre-Umbrella. If you remember at the end, we were figuring out that Spencer got his inspiration for the Umbrella logo from that symbol that was in the village on the ceremony site. And that him and Mother Miranda. Mother Miranda was his student. He thought very highly of her. The plan was to have the mold act first. The Megamycete, the Megamycete, it was always there. The Megamycete. But Spencer didn't think it'd be strong enough, so he thought a virus would be better. And that's when him and Miranda parted ways, and that's how that's where they got the T virus and all that. So we're getting into some pretty deep stuff, and I cannot wait. But that's gonna do it for me for right now. I hope you guys like this. I thought this was something really cool. Like I said, I was gonna make a video of it, but I didn't know how long it would be. I didn't know if I'd be able to fit it into an hour-long time limit. So I wanted to stream just in case. Kind of bothers me because a lot of people might not see it because it's a stream, so it's not gonna get recommended. And I would really like people to see this because I think it's cool. I don't know if I'm sure other people might think it's cool, but I think it's really cool. Anyway, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new. You see this, you have not. Turn on notifications, and I might be streaming later today. Whoever just joined, I do apologize. You came right at the bitter end. I don't know if I should word it that way, but you came at the end. I apologize. I will see you guys maybe later or whenever I start Resident Evil 4. That is gonna be the next game. And then after that, I might do 0 through 3. So, a lot of Resident Evil planned in the future. So stay tuned for that if you like Resident Evil. And I'll see you guys later.